Relationship scientist Dr. John Gottman emphasizes a particular yesod that each partner in a couple vies for the attention and affection of the other partner, acts which he refers to as bids. There are essentially three options: turning towards, against, or away. If the partner responds by turning towards, by responding, it deepens the emotional connection and attachment between the couple. Turning against means rejecting the bid, but even that response shows engagement between the couple. However, if one turns away, it means they ignore the other person. It's this apathetic shrug, or the lack of looking up, that is the worst for the relationship. By turning away, we show that the other person doesn't matter, they're not our priority. Saying no happens in relationships, but the worst thing we can do is to ignore the bid entirely. According to Dr. Gottman, this is a prime cause for the dissolution of relationships. Curses in Parashat Bechukotai demonstrate that something has gone wrong in the relationship between Bnei Israel and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We were supposed to have a covenant, but that covenant cannot be sustained because we did not keep our end. On the surface, it would seem that the chief cause is the rejection of mitzvot. In fact, it begins, Ve'im Bechukotai tim'asu, ve'im et mishpatai tigal nafshechem, levilti asot, et kol mitzvotai, la'afrechem et briti. Renouncing mitzvot suggests a renouncing of the covenant at large. However, when we look deeper into the psukim, there seems to be something else at play beyond just the mere refusal to do mitzvot. As the curses get worse, there are seven times in the Tochecha in which the Torah describes the relationship between Bnei Israel and HaKadosh Baruch Hu as keri. So what does keri mean? Rashi explains based on a medrash, Rabotenu Amru, Arai, B'mikra, She'eno Ela Lifrakim. It's casual, it's happenstance, it's occasional. Kein telchu arai b'mitzvot. And he adds, Menachem pirish l'shon meniyah v'chein ukar raglecha v'chein yikar ruach v'karov l'shon zeh l'targumo shel onklos l'shon koshi shemakshim libam lihimana mikarev elai. That we are making it hard, we're hardening our hearts, we're preventing ourselves from coming closer to Kadosh Baruch Hu. The psukim say, Ve'im telechu imi keri, Ve'alachtem imi keri, Ve'alachti af ani imachem bekeri. If you are a keri with me, I will be keri with you. Ve'im bezolu tishme'u li, Ve'alachtem imi bekeri, Ve'alachtem imachem bechamat keri. Ve'af asher halchu imi bekeri, Av ani elach imam bekeri. So what's happening here? Our biggest failure was not merely turning against Hashem in Gottman's language, but turning away from Hashem. We held ourselves back from coming close with Him, and we were careless. Hashem is bidding for us to come close, but we simply ignored. We treated mitzvot casually. As a result of our casual relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu will act that way with us as well. Heresy and atheism are egregious, but one can still believe in God and the validity of the Torah, yet have a careless attitude towards Shmirat HaMitzvot. This can help us explain the presence of a single mitzvah towards the end of the Tochecha, shemitta. The Torah says, "Az tirtzeh ha'aretz et shabtoteha kol yemei hashama v'atem be'eretz oivechem az tishpat ha'aretz v'hirtzat et shabtoteha." We might ask, "Ma'inyan shemitta eitzel ha'tochecha?" What do the two have to do with each other? There are a number of connections, but I think the failure to observe shemitta epitomizes what it means to have a keri relationship with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. One can forget to say Shema every now and then, struggle in Shmirat Shabbat, relax in Kashrut, but still perform these mitzvot sometimes or decide to come back fully. A man can be derelict in Hanachat Tefillin, but still run into someone on the street who will offer him the opportunity to do the mitzvah. These examples themselves may be a certain kind of keri. Those are the first few stages of keri in the Tochecha. But if one has a relationship with HaKadosh Baruch Hu that is keri through and through, there's no chance they will take on the mitzvah of shemitta. Who in their right mind would refrain from their parashat for a whole year if HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Shmirat HaMitzvot in general are not fully in the picture? The appearance of shemitta later on in the Tochecha demonstrates that it is the ultimate message that the relationship between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Knesset Yisrael is mere keri. Shemitta is a bid from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Don't work for a year. Spend a year in spiritual pursuits with me. Come closer to me. but the violator of shemitta ignores this opportunity. This perhaps explains Moreno Harav Aaron Lichtenstein's deep reservations about the heter mechira. Without chas v'shalom entering the debate of its halachic propriety, his bemoaning the status of shemitta in our days seems to relate to this relationship of keri. To quote him, "We sense ever so strongly the pain of the giver of the Torah, specifically the mitzvah of shemitta, a mitzvah of such critical importance whose underlying idealistic depth is so clear and so easy to identify with. We circumvent, hiding behind a trick of sorts rather than properly fulfilling it. Why is it so bad to circumvent shemitta?" Kliyakar in Behar explains that shemitta is the ultimate expression of bitachon and connection with Hashem. We see in a later pasuk, "V'asitem et Bechukotai v'et mishpatai tishmeru, v'asitem otam v'shaftem al haaretz levetach." Ironically, in pursuit of greater security by avoiding shemitta, the observance of shemitta is meant to increase our security and thereby our bitachon in Hashem. The Chazon Ish famously notes that the mistaken notion of bitachon, that Hashem will always do what is better for us. Instead, bitachon is recognizing that nothing is mikra. Mikra can mean coincidence, but we see another layer of meaning here. That bitachon is a relationship with Hashem that is not temporary or casual or happenstance, but fastidious and full. Observance of shemitta results in betach because our faithfulness to the mitzvah in and of itself demonstrates that our bond with the Kadosh Baruch Hu is unbreakable. It is not a relationship of mikra. Although our analysis is focused a bit on the negative, on the types of relationships we are not supposed to have with the Kadosh Baruch Hu, it is abundantly clear what type of relationship we should and we can have with the Kadosh Baruch Hu. Each mitzvah we do is a bid turning towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu, strengthening our bond, deepening our attachment. When we do that, the Torah says, "Ufaniti alechem," HaKadosh Baruch Hu mamash turns towards us. Even though there are a number of mitzvot we tend to observe publicly that facilitate this connection, our ability to come closer to Hashem depends on nothing but our own will. For those of us still inside our homes, we have the opportunity to be alone with Hashem and enhance our connection. Whether we are davening together or alone, learning together or alone, may we use these trying times to reaffirm our immutable commitment to Torah and mitzvot, and through our thoughts and actions, may we continue to have the chizuk, that our covenant remains strong, and that our relationship with the Almighty be in the nature of ufaniti alechem, that we will turn towards each other. Shabbat Shalom.